Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. It is Wednesday and I've just finished watching The Handmaid's Tale episode 4 of season 2 called Other Women. Full spoilers are going to be ahead. I do think I kind of figure out how to review at least this episode. But before I get into any of that, welcome to anybody that's new to the channel. I want to thank the people that have helped me get past 35 subscribers. We had hit 35 at the end of the year, and then they dropped off. And since I started making videos again, we are now almost up to 40 subscribers. And last time I was doing a video, I was going to thank the people that got us to 38. We're at 38 subscribers. And I said on the next Handmaid's Tale that I would, say their users. So I want to thank Shorty Twine, YouTube Guy, Harvey Girl, One Ataya, Roy Cyberpunk, and Das Sein Bellen. I think that's German. I hope I didn't butcher anybody's names. I really want to thank everybody that has been subscribing. Thank you for the support. Thank you for watching the videos. Thank you for commenting on the videos. I really appreciate it. It makes me want to keep doing them. And I've decided that when we get to 50 subscribers, I'm going to do a contest. And it's going to be for The Handmaid's Tale. So you have to be a subscriber. And you have to leave, it'll be, when we get to 50, I'll get into it a little bit more, but it'll be about subscribe. You have to be a subscriber, and you'll have to leave a comment on that video. I don't know when that'll be, so hopefully it'll be when The Handmaid's Tale is still going on, but if it is, it'll be for sure about The Handmaid's Tale. We'll be giving out a Handmaid's Tale poster. But that's if and when we get to 50 subscribers. And I'll get more details out as we get closer and as I figure it all out. Again, thank you everybody for the support on watching these reviews. Really appreciate it. Now, to get into this week's episode, after having the complete freaking rug pulled out from under us, and having June caught at the end of last episode, I mean, after rewatching it, I mean, it's kind of obvious that this probably they really want to get you to feel those hopeful feelings and then just punch you right in the goddamn face. Also, I guess I should say that on my other reviews, I try not to swear. This show kind of brings out the cussing in me, so I apologize for my language to any sensitive ears out there. But I can't promise. I can almost guarantee you that I'm going to be dropping some cuss words. Again, a really good episode, though, and a lot like last episode. This starts out one way and then kind of ends in a way, just like, last week started with hope and ended with, despair. The usual thing that happens on The Handmaid's Tale. Misery and despair. They gave us some hope, they took it away. And this, it kind of felt like it starts with some hope. That even though she's caught, she's June, she's seen things, she's tasted freedom, she is going to be tough, and she's going to do what she's got to do, but, she hasn't been broken. And we get the, opposite ending where she has chosen to be broken. She has chosen to kind of have a complete and mental breakdown in order to do what she has to do. Hopefully, she hasn't given up all hope. But as we discuss this, we'll see like how much of this is really just her completely giving in. And I hate it. Love it and I hate it. So anyway, I mean, I love Aunt Lydia, her standing up to her, you know my fucking name. My name is June, bitch. Say it. I'm caught, but, I'm not going to stop fighting. But it's just like immediately, and this is where I was afraid it was going to go. I mean, just the misery that is going to be bestowed upon her. She continues, with her rebellious ways and not adhering to these cunts' fucking rules and guidelines and religious propaganda crazy crap. I'm already going off on tangents. That, June will be chained to this bed and have the baby and shot in the fucking head. But Offred, our made-up name for you in this little fantasy fucking colonial society, women be, screwed over as sexual slaves world, she can go out and have a baby and have like a life as long as we decide to let you have it, as long as you decide to follow our stupid archaic bullshit. But she doesn't give in. Not right away. She slowly, she starts to make, concessions. Okay, I got to get out of this room. I got to get this and that. And, anytime that they show, like, Cersei Lannister Joy, played by Ivana Strahovski, who she's doing such a great job as an actress, but I mean, it shows. I mean, she is the Cersei Lannister of this show. I fucking hate her. I hate her so much. She's acted. You're supposed to. If you like her, then you really want to live in this goddamn world, don't you? Ann Dowd's Aunt Lydia is a close second for the Cersei Lannister. I mean, it's almost like, they're both doing such a good acting job, but it just makes me sick to my stomach. I want to punch Ann Dowd in the face, just boom, like every time she opens her mouth. Same as Serena Joy. And the dudes, man, the guys shooting, playing skeet ball or whatever the fuck, shooting clay pigeons. I'm hearing their conversation. I'm just like, man, I would love to just walk up to those guys, pull out a hand grenade, pop the pin and drop and walk away. The only thing about that scene I liked was them talking about Canada and how, the sanctions and stuff, and how these people in Canada who are always the nicest people, aren't, helping out these fucktards who are living out, living the life, down here in their sex slave land where their wives can't have kids. Gee, maybe your God didn't want you to have kids because you're scumbags. Sorry. Woo! Even with more to say about an episode, I'm really going off. Sorry. Not sorry. But, I love that we keep seeing her push back. They're making her drink the drink. She throws it up, I don't think she meant to throw it up. I think it was just bad crap, giving it to her. I like it, they're having like a little, the baby shower, and these women are walking around with these little toys that I haven't seen toys like that since like the early 1900s. I'm not that old, but I mean, my great-grandparents had toys like that. They're walking around all impressed with each other like it is the early 1900s still. These dumb people, these just absolute ignorant pieces of garbage. Oh, look at the little wooden duck we're rolling around with, and the freaking little black hammer thing. And I know it's stuff for babies, but seriously, I mean, maybe they had to make these things. Maybe they had to get these things because they can't get good stuff anymore because the rest of the world thinks they're fucking apeshit crazy. So I guess it serves them right to have to make their own archaic old toys. One thing I didn't like, was Nick and June kind of like eyeballing each other when they first see each other. Now I know Nick and her haven't seen each other since she got captured, so for some reason they felt like they needed to have this eye lock moment where they're just like, oh, following each other across the room eye-wise, looking at each other. So obvious that there's something there going on between them. In real life, there might have been a moment, unless you're a goddamn moron, where you'd see somebody have that instant heart attack for a half a second and go on with your day. But this is TV. So I didn't like that point. Like, you want to get caught? Go ahead. Keep eye fucking each other. Anyway. We get more of, Serena Joy's disgust at having to have this woman back in our house. Ooh, because, everybody knows that she didn't get kidnapped, right? That's just the story they're all running so that they don't have to admit that she fucking bailed and they couldn't keep her in the house. That somehow she got out. So every time I think that Serena Joy is suffering in some way, I'm in love with it. But it's like when you see her face, just like she's so put out. Why aren't things working the way I want them to? I wasn't entertained as usual in this, but I did get through it without feeling like I absolutely had to take a shower afterwards. But I feel like the main turning point here is when Aunt Lydia takes June. I refuse to say the O word that they give her. To the place where you see somebody hanging, and it turns out it's the black dude. Sorry, I don't remember his name. So he's the bread truck driver that took him to his house where he had a wife and a kid, and he's hanging there. So clearly he was found out to be in somewhat cahoots with how June got away. I don't know how they found out. I'm assuming that the wife turned him in, thinking that this would be, if we confess, things will be better for us. Ding dong, these people don't think like, normal people. So, of course, they hang the goddamn husband. They put the wife in handmaid service. Good job, you get to be a sex slave too. And then they take the kid away to be raised by other people, just like June's kid. So, and Aunt Lydia convinces June that it was her fault. You don't get involved with the resistance without thinking that you might lose everything. And if you don't realize that, then you are stupid. Like in his little conversation he had about bravery and stupidity. When your wife is the weakest link and she could turn on you in a second because of what you're doing, maybe don't do it. Maybe don't be a part of the resistance. Or if you really need to be a part of the resistance, maybe leave your fucking wife, who clearly, can't handle it. And that's her prerogative. She can't handle it. But don't, he got himself killed. Okay? He got himself killed. June didn't do anything, but she's kind of convinced herself, hang on a second. She's kind of convinced herself that it's her fault. And it isn't. I hope, and I hope that she really deep down realizes that. But at this point now, knowing that, she just kind of feels like she's given up. And now we've got Serena coming into her, they have the whole thing where she tells them she's, basically sorry and she wants to be there and blah, blah, blah. And Serena still looking like, you got anything else to say? Like, man, like, fuck you, bitch. I'm doing my best here not to get killed. And then she goes up and she's holding the baby and talking to the baby. More creepy crap. Because when she's sitting there smoking that cigarette and then she starts walking up the stairs, I was thinking, man, she's going to try some crazy shit. Thankfully, it was just a creepy, hug and a talk with the fetus. So, I did, speaking of, things with the fetus, I did like when June says, I felt the baby kick yesterday. And everybody freaks out in the room. Ooh, and that weird ritual they do. I mean, come on, man. These people, it's like The Village, man. Or something along those lines of we need to go back to the times when we didn't have, cellular phones and HD TVs and women's rights. I don't know why I use a southern accent just then. I just assert ignorance with the South sometimes. Ignorance is everywhere. Sorry, I don't want to disparage the southern states. Speaking of that, my favorite line of the episode is when she's like, I want to be free from shame. I want to be shameless. I want to be ignorant. So I don't know what ignorance is. And man, is that so freaking true. Sometimes, don't you just want to be stupid so that you don't know that you don't know you're stupid? Because that's what these people are. That's what she's basically saying. I can't live in this world being who I am. I have to find a way to be some stupid, ignorant, ugh. And that's what she basically does here in this episode. Is she turns herself off. She kills June. She buries June. She digs a hole and throws herself in it. And I'm afraid that that's where we're headed. She walks right past Nick, ignoring what he's saying about how he tried to get her out. Fuck you, Nick, you didn't try hard enough. And, just saying what she has to and being as gone as she's got to be. In the trailer for next week's episode, we can see that she's doing such a good job at doing what they want and saying what they want that they think she's mentally gone. Says the mentally gone people. So, I'm sure I'm forgetting things like the conversation that June has with one of the other handmaids about how the one girl that stood up to Aunt Lydia got her tongue cut off. So I guess that means, don't talk back. What else? I can't think of anything. I'm gonna turn the camera off and I'm gonna remember something. But I think I covered all the bases. I think I've reviewed this episode actually. I think I actually did it. So I am looking forward to next week. As much as you can look forward to an episode of The Handmaid's Tale. I really hope that it does look like they're maybe marrying Nick off on next week's episode. I don't know what that, person across his hood, hooded figure. I think that's got to be him, letting him get married. Letting him. I love that. These guys are so generous. This whole world is so fucking generous. Anyway, I better stop before I go on another tangent. Anyway, if you like this episode, please hit the like button. If you're not a subscriber, please subscribe. Makes me happy to see more people interested in what I've got to say. Makes me want to try new things and make new things and blah, 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 blah. And like I said, when we get to 50 subscribers, hopefully the show is still going because we will be doing a contest to give away Handmaid's Tale poster. And that's about it. My name is Rob. This is my channel from Smirking Gun Reviews. And we will see you on the next video very soon. We've got comic book reviews coming up later tonight or possibly tomorrow. And maybe Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. if I feel like it later on this week. Anyway, again, have a great day. And we will see you on the next Handmaid's Tale. Bye.